Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Pipe Bomb City, and welcome to episode 1 of the Ordinary Wrestling Show. I'm a new YouTuber here, so be sure to show me some love on my first video ever, guys. If you want to check out my Instagram, it is instagram.com/pipebombcity. And, of course, you're on my YouTube channel, hopefully right now. Hope you enjoy the video, and here we go. We have the Ordinary Wrestling Show, guys. This is a new thing I'm going to be doing. It's my first thing I'm going to be doing. It's kind of like a podcast, just a show where I feel like I want to discuss wrestling topics that are on my mind. Tonight's episode will be Chris Jericho and Damien Sandow's futures in the WWE and the events and matches that might occur at Hell in a Cell. Here we go with Chris Jericho, guys. As you hopefully saw in Night of Champions, Chris Jericho was the surprise guest for the Roman Reigns Ambrose versus Wyatt's match. Now, I was not expecting Jericho at all. In fact, as soon as they said a former enemy of the Wyatts, I thought Daniel Bryan. But either way, I wasn't really happy with Jericho or Bryan being options because I thought it was going to be Baron Corbin or some Samoa Joe, maybe some powerful guy from NXT. Even though WWE did need some guy that had a past with the Wyatts still, Jericho's wasn't that memorable, and Bryan isn't the biggest guy. I thought they were going to get a huge guy that has a chance to stand up against Braun Strowman, or Strowman, however you say it. Either way, the match itself was what I believe matched the night. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about Chris Jericho, guys. Ever since about 2012, Chris Jericho hasn't really done anything in the WWE that is worth mentioning. He's just been putting young talent over, and as good as that is, it hasn't really boosted them. All the talent he's put over isn't currently doing anything. He put over Dolph Ziggler in 2012. He put over Fandango, and we all know how that went. He did put over Wyatt last year, and none of them have won world titles ever since. So Jericho is putting over these young guys, but it's not really boosting the young talent or himself. It's just making Jericho not look good. This guy is a living legend, and the more that WWE keeps bringing him back and not doing anything with him, I don't think is right. Now, Jericho, as I just said, is a legend, so hopefully, and I don't think he deserves, but I don't think he should get a title run this late in his career. He's about 40-something years old, guys, and in my book, that is, unless you have some God-given skills, which Jericho is a great wrestler, but unless you are something that I actually want to watch day in and day out every single night on Raw and SmackDown, I don't think that anyone that age should be the champion. Now, the Dudleys are a different case because they have been gone for 10 years in the WWE, and they're back, and they're going with a New Day, and that's just an entertaining thing they have going on. That's the Dudleys. This is Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho, I want to see maybe get a title match, but I would never want to see him as champion in the state he's in. He isn't the Jericho that we saw in 2008, 2001. This is a new Jericho, and what I'm trying to sum up, guys, is that I want Jericho to get wins. I don't want him to bury young talent because we all know how that goes these days. Once the talent is buried, they will never get up from the grave, and we know how that goes. And I don't want Jericho to be that guy, but I want Jericho to still be the legend that he is. The one time that Jericho beat a talent was at Beast in the East. Well, he's beat young talent before, but not in their main match, in their rivalries. Now, the one time Jericho didn't have a rivalry, but he did not put over young talent, was with Neville at Beast in the East. I was really disappointed that Neville didn't win, because in that case, I really did want Neville to win. He's such a great young star, and I really wanted him to defeat a legend like Jericho. But he didn't, and I was upset about that. So hopefully one day in the future, Jericho can either sum up his career and go into the Hall of Fame, or he can, have a good rivalry like Mark Henry did back in 2013 with Cena. Something like that. And the next person I want to talk about is on our screen, Damien Sandow. Damien Sandow has been one of my favorite wrestlers in the PG era, guys. He was a green guy when he came into NXT, and it's so impressive for how far that he did make it back in 2012. He was a great character on the mic. I loved his character so much. It got my attention every time. He was getting involved with the fans. He customized his own Money in the Bank damn briefcase. And he was a guy that you could make anybody from the range of 5 years old to 80 years old want to punch this man in the face. He was such a good heel until he cashed his money on the bank on John Cena. That was where Sandow went downhill. Now, ever since then, he's been doing absolutely nothing. I can't remember anything that Sandow has done that's memorable, other than when he was teaming with The Miz and he was doing that stunt double thing. That was pure magic, except when you look in the record books, Damien Mizdow won the title, not Damien Sandow. Yes, that's actually what they say. Damien Sandow has not won any titles or anything ever since the Money in the Bank briefcase. It's a shame, though, guys, because I feel like they're at such a point where they just can't revive his career. It's just been so destroyed that I don't really know what they can do anymore for him. I don't want them, well, maybe I do want them to release Sandow, and Sandow can go to a company where maybe he would be treated better, but I don't know, guys. I just love Sandow, and I think it's just such a shame that he's had all this happen to him. I thought he was going to be the world champion. I remember specifically watching when he cashed in, and I was so excited for Sandow to become the world champion. And then it hit me that they were having like a 20-minute Money in the Bank match with John Cena. Right then, when I started to process what was going on there, I just knew Sandow wasn't going to win. When he did lose, I was like, all right, he just had a pretty damn good match with John Cena. Now the company's going to love him, right? No. He just kept going downhill and downhill. After that, he had an Intercontinental title feud with Big E, and that didn't really work out either. That was when Big E was just the generic babyface that was just all muscle and didn't talk or do anything like that. So that rivalry sucked. After that, he started dressing up as random characters, and that wasn't good either. After that, he finally got something that was good. He became the stunt double. That was the greatest thing that had happened to Sandow in a time span of just 2 years, guys. Thinking of that long, him just doing absolutely nothing, and then he finally struck gold with The Miz, and they were just one of the best things going in WWE back then. And then they broke up, and now we're at where we are. Sandow was going to have this new gimmick or something, and it didn't work out. It was just a one-night-only thing. We haven't seen him since that night. I believe he was feuding. Well, he had something going on with Summer Rae, I think, and The Miz. And ever since then, guys, he hasn't been doing anything. I haven't even seen him. And the reason I'm bringing up this Sandow topic is because I saw a sign on one of the few Raws ago that said free Sandow. So that's why I'm just bringing this up, guys. Tell me what you think about Sandow. I think he's just such a great talent that deserves more. But anyways, moving on to our final subject tonight of the Ordinary Wrestling Show, we have Hell in a Cell. Now, the main event for that pay-per-view is going to be Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar in the Hell in a Cell match. Now, some of you might not know this, but this match has actually happened before in the exact same month, in the exact same type of match with the exact same people. It was Brock Lesnar versus Undertaker in 2003. Again, those were different times. It was a great match, a gruesome, bloody goddamn match. And I suggest if you have the WWE Network, you gotta watch it if you haven't already. It's a great damn match. I suggest everybody watch it. It's a great match. But as I just said, those were different times. I believe that Brock Lesnar has grown throughout all this, and Brock Lesnar has gotten better, and Brock Lesnar has made a bigger name for himself. The Undertaker is still the living legend. I don't believe he's had his career really damaged at all since then. If anything, I think he's the same, or he's just grown even more too. But the thing is, his wrestling matches have not been the best either. His legacy is still great, but him right now, for me, The Undertaker right now has not been putting on entertaining matches. I remember WrestleMania 30, it was just this match that was just gruesome for me to watch because I predicted that Lesnar was going to end the streak, and he did. And I was just waiting every time that Lesnar did something to the Taker and was going for the pin. I was like, here it comes, because I just couldn't watch the match anymore. It wasn't what I wanted for the final streak match. And that was just due to Undertaker's age. The guy, I believe, is in his 50s, and for a wrestler, that is not what you should be doing. It's just two old guys, and maybe there are some cases where it would work out, but this is The Undertaker, this tall, huge guy, and it just didn't work out. I don't think he has that many entertaining matches anymore. That's just me. I'm not trying to disrespect The Undertaker. I'm not trying to disrespect any of his fans or anything like that. What I'm just trying to say is that Taker, I think his time's up. This might be his final match. But then again, probably not, because I don't think they're just going to have it at Hell in a Cell. I'm guessing it would probably be at WrestleMania 32, where his final match might be. Now, talking about age, look at Sting. I think Sting has a little bit more entertaining matches than Taker. Again, I think they're the same level, and Triple H does have entertaining matches. And all these guys are around the same age group. That's the thing. But you see Sting, he's getting WWE World Title matches, and you see Triple H, he's getting, he's in the Authority, but he still puts on pretty damn entertaining goddamn matches. But that's Triple H, and that's Sting. The Undertaker right now, this is a main event worthy thing, but hopefully it's the last for me, because I feel like this was a last resort for WWE. The network sales have not been going up at all, and it's just been repeating stuff in WWE. So I felt like the WWE needed this. Like, they needed something for the fans to grab onto. Like, hey, Taker versus Lesnar in their final match at Hell in a Cell. Who's going to want to miss this? Nobody. So I'm guessing that's probably why they made this match. Because if you saw Night of Champions, it was just in some random promo. Paul Heyman didn't announce it. It wasn't part of a rivalry. It wasn't announced at SummerSlam. It was just brought out of nowhere. And the whole month of October is going to be based around Brock Lesnar's Go to Hell tour on the WWE Network in the month of October. And this was the final stop for this. So that's what Lesnar's going to be doing throughout all October. Undertaker's just probably going to be coming back once in a while for these Raws to advertise their match. But the main reason I was bringing up this topic was to talk about the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view itself for 2015. I believe this pay-per-view is just going to be a repeat pay-per-view. Ryback and Owens are probably going to go for the IC title again. Charlotte and Nikki are having their rematch probably, and maybe Paige is going to be involved, someone like that. I believe that the Reigns and Ambrose and the Wyatt family feud might be over from here. Not really sure about that, though. And I think it's just a repeating pay-per-view. Maybe a few new matches will be added because Cena has to face somebody new, and we don't know who that's going to be. And Rollins might be facing Kane. Hopefully not. I don't want to see Rollins versus Kane in Hell in a Cell, especially with a main event such as Lesnar versus Taker. Last year's Hell in a Cell was a very underrated pay-per-view, in my opinion. Hell in a Cell 2014 was a very good pay-per-view for me. I don't know what other people thought, but in my opinion, it was a really good pay-per-view in this time. Now, going back to the Attitude Era, of course, that was gold content. Ruthless Aggression era, golden content. But in the PG era, for the shit that they were putting on a bit at that time, just repeating stuff, I thought it was a really good pay-per-view, and I thought the match of the night was surprisingly Cena versus Orton. Surprisingly is because this has been done 100 times. So maybe this is what's going to happen this year, a repeating match that might be able to strike gold. Now, again, talking about Cena, I don't know who Cena's going to face. He's doing the open challenge thing again with the U.S. title. Thank the Lord Almighty above, because I missed it. I believe that I knew from the start Rollins was not going to hold the U.S. title and the WWE title for very long. I thought it was a 1 or 2 month thing. And I thought it was kind of obvious because the U.S. title was finally starting to gain its respect back, and it was putting on 5-star matches every single night on Raw. And it was given to Rollins as a boost. So Rollins could finally have his moment to actually go down in history. And the WWE starting to build up Rollins. Bring up Rollins again, though. I don't know who he's going to face at Hell in a Cell. There might be, again, it might be Kane. But other than Kane, I'm not really sure who. Maybe someone could return, maybe an upcoming star or somebody like that. I have no idea, but it looks like they're going to set it up to be Kane maybe in the next coming months, either at Hell in a Cell or Survivor Series or DLC. I don't know, depending on how long this rivalry takes with Kane's 2-persona thing. Talking about Kane, though, I just like The Undertaker, I feel like their times are up. I just do not enjoy Kane. Now, The Undertaker, I do like more than Kane, but Kane is one of my most hated superstars of all time, guys. I hate Kane. I just thank God though that he's doing what he's doing right now. He has a split persona thing going on, and that's interesting. But what he was doing before is absolute dog shit. He wasn't doing anything, guys. He's just interfering and interfering and interfering. He wasn't doing anything at all, and it was so painful to watch because he was so involved. The guy is in his late 40s and made it to the final four of the Royal Rumble, or final three of the Royal Rumble. That's unacceptable for me. I think he made it to the final three. I don't know. He did. I can't remember who the final two was, if it was Reigns or Big Show. No, I mean Big Show or Kane, whoever made it last. Or maybe they both got eliminated at the same time. I forgot. Either way, though, I just don't hope. I hope Kane is just done after this, guys. I like what they're doing with this character-wise, but in the ring, the guy is just, I can't bear to watch him. And I'm sorry I have to say that, but it's just not enjoyable for me. If you guys are fans of Kane, sorry, but that's just my fucking opinion. But Hell in a Cell, I'm guessing, is just going to be, as I said quite a few times before, it's just going to be a repeat pay-per-view. I don't think there's going to be anything really new. Maybe I see Cena's rivalry for the U.S. title is going to be something new. Maybe it'll be against Cesaro and put him finally back on the map. But other than that, I'm not really sure, guys, what's going to go on. So Hell in a Cell, guessing it's just going to be repeat matches, a surprise match, and who's Cena's rival going to be? I don't really know. Because on Raw, you know the Raw after every single pay-per-view. For most pay-per-views, the Raw afterwards is just nothing really goes on. You have no identification of what's going to happen at the next pay-per-view. So, I mean, Cena just faced Rollins again in his rematch for the U.S. title. So that didn't really happen. And that didn't, because we're not going to see Rollins versus Cena again. I know that for a fact. But the question is, what's going to happen now? I don't really know, guys. But all right, I got to say, that's all I have to say right now, guys. This was Pipe Bomb City. Hopefully you enjoyed this as much as I did. This was my first ever video. This was my first ever episode of the Ordinary Wrestling Show, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I don't know how long this has been. Probably like 20 or 30 minutes, somewhere around there. Be sure to spread the word about this new YouTube channel. If you're checking me out from Instagram, thank you guys so much, because I have around 350 followers on there right now, and I decided to make a YouTube channel. I've had a WWE channel in the past and had like 500 subscribers until I just lost interest, and I was so busy that I just got rid of it. So now I'm back on YouTube with this new YouTube channel and this new ideas for the Ordinary Wrestling Show, and I'm going to be making reviews for pay-per-views, and sometimes I'll upload match cards. A lot of stuff, guys. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. This is Pipe Bomb City, and I will see you all next time. Be sure to subscribe.